to the neutral zone. Providence trying to escape. Now from Farinacci. Incoming a shot from Callen. Through the wickets, they score! Drew Callen in his first game as a Bruin scores on his former franchise. 1-0 Providence. Tied up at the right point. Springfield's got it. McGing swivels in. Pivots back up top. Dubé, no shot. Now creeps downstairs. Tic-tac-toe, they score. A power play goal from Akil Thomas. Gaudette takes his time. Now finds the red line with Dean. Out comes Willen, and the Bruins back to even strength. Centering pass, a shot, they score. Thomas Bortolo snuck in, and he buries it over the shoulder of Michael DiPietro. Cutting through center ice, Dubé. A quick shot for Peterson, he scores! Oh man, a missile from Dylan Peterson finds the back of the net, and the T-Birds now up 3-1. 44 seconds to go. Bruins still on the power play. Wolanin to Patra. Have to hurry. Wolanin, a shot deflected. Rebound in front, they score! Matej Blumel buried it at the last second, and it's a one-score game. Rebound in front of the net. They score! What an effort on offense! The Bruins have the 1-0 lead.
Paskamaki in front for McGing. McGing to the front. They score! Dylan Dubé at the back post taps it home. And these resilient T-Birds answer the bell again.
Ties it up. This one up in the air. Right circle. Centering pass for Merkulov. He buried it. Second goal of the period for the Bruins. And it's off of their team-leading scorer, Georgi Merkulov.
Wagner waiting for help down the left wing. Wagner curls, cuts around a one-hand shot. Save made. Rebound, they score! Calder Rosen crashing the net. And the T-Birds finally have a 1-0 lead in the postseason. The way this postseason's going, everyone's loving how Calder Rosen looks right now. A loose puck in the crease, and it's a goal. A little flipper from the point by Callahan, bounced off Romanov to the side of the goal, and Matthew Patra, who has been a pain in the you-know-what for the T-Birds for much of this series, he inflicts the most pain yet. Farinacci in the slot, Tufte with space, spins and shoots and scores. Riley Tufte through traffic with Abate setting a screen out front. And with just 4.7 left in the first period, the Bruins, after giving up a first goal, a prone position away from the puck. Meanwhile, Dubé in control of it. Dylan Dubé into the high slot, slips it off for Rosen. One-timer, he scores! It's a two-goal night for Calder Rosen, and the game is tied at 2. Akil Thomas now, transitioning with speed. Thomas across the Bruin line on right wing, Dean. Dean cuts in front and centers off a skate. They score! Dean centered it. Stenberg was there. And the T-Birds have won Game 3! Could have a 3-on-2 here. Stenberg into the slot. Wagner in front. Dubé scores! Dylan Dubé! And the T-Birds have pulled off the upset! 38 points behind in the regular season! It's the biggest series upset in Calder Cup playoff history!
In there, Calvert finishes his check in the right corner boards. Ness, however, combines with his deep partner to clear to center. Quickly back onside is Atlee Calvert from the slot, shoots and scores! Calvert beats Stevenson upstairs, sent the water bottle flying. Clausen still vying for it in the left corner, trying to poke it away from Mugli, does so. McDonough rips it in! Clausen refused to quit on the play. Pitchforks it into a space for Aiden McDonough. Goes to Koivunen and dances to the backhand, drop back to the point, and Pickering scores! Owen Pickering drives it low along the ice. Stevenson couldn't see through the traffic.
Goal line feed Trenier, now the Protas, his shot, he scores! Ilya Protas off the bench and on the board. A shot blocker side on Murashov. Hershey in business with an answer. They trail 3-1.
Well, and you talk about a response there, Zach.
With it to clear to Miro Stachenko. Great pass, Rabinski on a breakaway, all on the forehand, shoots and scores! Henrik Rabinski! It comes 1:09 into the third period. It's a one-goal game, 3-2 Pens.
Well, and talk about setting the tone here, Zach. In the
Sit in, right off the body of Murashov, picked up by Alexiev, heaved out to center, knocked down by Hershey, but Avery Hayes is going to walk it in for the empty netter.
Gets it back, walks in down low, Leeson shoots and scores! It's Brett Leeson on the power play! And the Bears strike first in game number 2. From the net front on the second swipe, it's 1-0 Hershey. Reaches over the blue line, drags around McDonough, centers to Trinyev who shoots and scores! Bogdan Trinyev! The save by Stevenson, the setup by Crystal, the finish from Trinyev. Hershey has a 2-0 lead.
Backhand pass intended for McDonough. Never makes it to the Milton Mass native. Now Harvey Pinard takes a feed from Alexiev. Brought across the blue line, left for McDonough. Shot bounces in! An early one for the Pens. A minute, 12 seconds into the third. Drops it in the left corner of the attacking zone. Chesley there to retrieve. Lost control. Koivunen forces the turnover. Spinning pass by Bros. Tipped over to the right. They score! Phil Kemp, the captain, with his first of the playoffs, arrives 3:15 into game 3, and the Penguins take a 1-0 lead. Bros drop pass for Alian. High cycle now to Harrison Brunick. Goal line back in front. Alian rips it home. Mihail Alian with his first AHL tally. It happens here in the Calder Cup playoffs, and the Pens are up 2-0.
Something you can really, you just got to dial that back in, and it's right there for these guys.
Defensive play made. Chesley feeds over the blue line. Rabinski drops Miro Stachenko. He scores! Ivan Miro Stachenko, his first of the Calder Cup playoffs. And back come the Bears. The lead cut to 2-1. Notice ahead, his pass deflected, winds up working out to Crystal. There's nearly intercepted. Protas over the blue line to Trinyev. He scores! On the rush, it's Bogdan Trinyev. Hershey battles back here in the first period. This game is tied at 2.
Well, it's the young kids doing what they do best here, Zach, and just capitalizing on a broken play.
Cruikshank goes wide of Sergei Murashov, and David Gucciardi with the puck knocks it back behind the net. And with it, digs it free, thrown in front, they score! Hard-working shift, and within the first minute of the second, it's Brett Leeson. Hershey has the 3-2 lead.
Trying to prevent from going down 2-1 in the series. They win the face-off. Brunick shuttles it across the ice. Protas lost his stick. Hayes shoots, they score! Avery Hayes, denied by the crossbar earlier, would not be denied with the extra attacker on. Penguins have tied the game 3-3 with 2:53 remaining. Face-off won by Hershey, but the Penguins hold it onside. Tipped in! McGroarty with the redirection! Penguins take game 3 in overtime! The young Stars rise up again for the Penguins at Giants Center. Just missed Tanner Howe as he had to slow up at the far blue line trying to keep things onside. Couldn't collect the home run pass, but Howe forces a turnover, feeds it in the slot. Koponen shoots and scores! On the backhand, Koponen gives the Penguins an early lead just a minute and 15 seconds into game 4.
Right wing Crystal looks net front, drags it free to Belpina, lines and fires, off the post, they score! Miro Stachenko in front, might have got the last touch. 5 seconds left in the first period, it's a power play goal. Ivan Miro Stachenko has us tied at 1.
And Clausen will tap it off the glass to himself. A shorthanded chance for the Penguins now. Clausen shoots, save, rebound, they score! Harrison Brunick Nate Stevenson on the rebound. Boko Imama pounding the glass from the penalty box. Wilkes-Barre Scranton might have numbers going the other way. Ville Koivunen, backhand pass to Tristan Bros. Backhand feeds Elian. Drop for Koivunen. He scores! A beautiful setup. Bros, Elian, and Ville Koivunen on the finish.
Trying to make the pass, stolen by the Pens. Klassen for the empty net. He scores! Short-handed empty net goal for Gabe Klassen, and a big celebration at the Wilkes-Barre bench. They're 31 seconds away from eliminating the Hershey Bears and moving on in the Calder Cup playoffs.
Back through Rafai. He's a heavy body, given away out front. Jack High, the shot, he scores! Pick it up, chip it out of the corner, and stepping back up, firing, scores! Haynes draws in, he fires one, it pops up and scores! Luke Haynes with the force as it pops up hard off the blocker and over Kakinen. There is Grew, but he misplayed it, and now Sammy Blay with the empty net. Sim right back to it, now Thrun and Middlestat. Out front, here's Dolphin! That looked in, and it is! Corner, Blay able to move it back up for Middlestat. Long distance shot, tipped to the side of the goal, scores. Pulls back out front, great chance, scores! Logan Shaw gets one back for the Marlies. Right back to Villeneuve again. Cross ice. Lettieri tracks it down. Works it along for Cowan. He rushes into the corner. Grew's there as well, and they get it back to the blue line on an edge. Quick over. There's the shot. Scores! Vinny Lettieri. Vinny Vici as the Marlies tie it up on the power play. And Lettieri gets it back one more time. Villeneuve back over. Turberg out front. Scores! Luke Haynes, spicy stuff, and the Marlies take the lead. Well, he's out there by himself, steps in on the backhand, scores! Absolutely wicked! Easton Cowan enters the conversation. Along for Cedric Pare, down toward the goal, and he takes the 8-15 into the city. Taking care of business. Cedric Pare makes it 5-2. Short-handed. Chadwick scores. Absolute rip of a shot. Noah Chadwick makes it 6-2 with the power play goal, 5-on-3 with 1:42 left in this hockey game. And ice finding Vinny Lettieri out front, shot to the goal, score! 11 seconds in, and the Marlies are on the board. The coal-fired captain, Cowan, he's got one man in front of him. Del Gaizo drives him with speed. Score! Easton Cowan! A ferocious looking shot from Cowan ends up behind Kakinen, and the Marlies up 2-0. Has he come alive for the Marlies? What a save! And across the line, scores! It counts! It absolutely counts! Henry Thrun got the last tap on this one. As Nylander on top of it, comes back to the blue line, quick out front, here's Ames, side of the goal, knocked in, score! sure. Shot off the pads. There's a chance for Belzile, and he breaks the shutout on the 15th shot as he picks up the Laval Rockets' first goal of the game. Burke caught up here in the corner. Chadwick, a touch to it as they try to work it back out of the corner. This one screams out front and is buried with 8:58 left to go. Down the boards, didn't get very far. He's able to tap it back for Henry Thrun. And now Hames out front. Great shot! Hooray! A pocket full of horsepower right there. Belzile early in the game lifts it up and over the shoulder. And the Rocket are on the board 46 seconds into the first period. A necessary step here for Pascal Vincent. And down toward the goal, just waited a hair too long there, but he is able to get it down in the corner. On angle, scores! That made contact out front, and Sammy Blais gets rewarded, putting the Rocket up 2, going to the goal. Down behind it goes. Up along the far side, Didier rounds out and then tries to set up his long screen. Shot, scores! Sammy Blais. 4-on-4 goal to put the Rocket up 3-0 with 5:44 left to go in the second period. Back the other way, Jacky with Dauphin out front, back, and scores. Short-handed goal, Laurent Dauphin, and the Rocket have clasped their hands around game 4. As Blais comes drifting back across the line, hands it off, and there's the shot, score! Owen Beck starts it off for the Laval Rocket. The goal, out front looking for help, back up high it comes. Here's Smith to the goal, scores! Blake Smith! What a goal! From distance, back shot, scores! Down the right side, Pozzetta taps it into the corner. Johnstone out front, scores! What a tap from Reese Johnson as he ties it up at 2. As it pops back to the blue line. Villeneuve plays it over. Hard shot, scores! An absolute bomb from Vinny Lettieri as he drills it past Kakinen.
Gillies in some trouble, out of position, they score! It's Justin Pearson! He takes advantage of a John Gillies blunder, and the Monsters have a 1-0 lead. Cleveland through center, here's Butcher with lots of open eyes, straight to the... He scores! A prime cut from Will Butcher, and a 4-on-4 finish makes it 2-0 Cleveland.
What a shot by Will Butcher.
The Blues to the slot, Coleman's alone, he scores! Carson Coleman puts it up top, and the Monsters up massive in the first frame of the series. It's 3-0 Cleveland.
Dylan Duke, he's on it. Here comes Dylan Duke, left wing on a partial break. He shoots and scores! Dylan Duke and the Cruncher on the board. 18:09 left in the second period. The Cleveland boy strikes, and the Crunch have their first goal in the playoffs. It's 3-1. On a shot, that one got through and wide. Rebound, save, rebound, score! Chafee, and it's 3-2. It was a big attempt again by Allard that came to Chafee, and he hammers it into the open net. It's 3-2, 4:02 into the third.
Between Rochester and Toronto, it's happening concurrently to today's game for Cleveland. Winner of that gets Laval. Big drive from the right point. Fedotov made the save, got spun around. They tap it in and score. It's Mercury celebrating as Fedotov is out of the reach of it. Ethan Gauthier. It'll be fired by Fedotov up to the line, not out. Here's Duke. Duke in 5 career games in this building. swings one to Sturts, who shoots and scores. Snuck it over the left shoulder of Fedotov, and it's 2-0 for the Crunch as that one crept up quickly. Fury so far, watch out, here's Peltier with Miller. Peltier left circle, fires, he scores. Inside the left post, he beats Fedotov to the glove side. That's Jacob Peltier, and it's 3-0 Crunch. Peltier moves it to his right, it's Miller, he'll shoot, he scores. Screened was Fedotov as Miller sails it home from atop the circle, and on 6 shots, it is 4-0 Syracuse.
You got to go
Confidence.
Go into Syracuse with
Off
there
the
it is.
rush, Peltier down the left wing, he scores! It's 2-0, and the Monsters down 3, but with a spark of life, and this building is levitating.
It off to Spencer Kirsten. He's in, he shoots and scores! Spencer Kirsten's first Calder Cup playoffs goal. If Halverson fell down, doesn't know where the puck is, the Monsters score. Unbelievable. The puck, I think, was out of play anyway, but it ends up in the back of the net, and the Monsters have tied the game 8 seconds into the period. It's Bizo who will get the goal. The puck looked like it hit the netting in the right corner. We'll see if any of the other 3 officials saw it, but that was Del Belbelouz. Gains the line. Pudio, nice pass left wing. A Richard shot score. Guillaume Richard off the rush, and the Monsters take the lead. 8:04 into the second period. Terrific cross-ice pass. And Guillaume Richard snipes it home, and the Monsters take their first lead of game 3. Rebound ends up behind the goal. Who's going to get it back in front? They score! Azizi has tied the game at 2. 5:45 to go in the second period, and we're back to a level footing. Left point, here's Tinordi. Right wing for Miller. Off his stick, he settles it down and shoots for a tip. They score! A redirect by Ethan Gauthier, and it's 3. Tons of hockey left, 11 minutes to go in the third. Monsters control a shot, got blocked, rebound, score. There was a rebound chance, and it's hammered in, and the Monsters tie the game. Richard gets his second of the night, and Cleveland has pulled even once again. So Guillaume Richard on a puck that bounced. Drake is sent ahead, though. It's a potential breakaway, flashing in, shoots it wide. Rebounded behind the net, wraparound, they score. It went off of Petronero and in, and the Monsters win Game 3 in overtime. 4-3 is the final score. To Mercury, over the line for Abrazizi. Down the right wing, he spins. Passes toward the circle, it comes up high. Petronero pulls, he shoots and scores! Matteo Petronero picks the top corner.
Pulled it back on net, and it rolls out left point. Morelli, he scores! First pro playoff goal for Luca Morelli, and the Monsters have drawn even. It's 1-1 late in the second. Comes to the right side of center for Morelli, punches ahead. Here's Gons, has a man heading for the net. Gons fades him.
Yes! Yes! All right!
Aston Reese, triple OT, and the Monsters ascendant onward to the North Division final. Aston Reese wins it 2-1.
Up to the power play. Yager, side of the net, out in front. Dewar, side of the net, they score! Mason Shaw with 2:26 left on the clock, and the Moose have a 1-0 lead.
Will jam the puck free and controlled by John Leonard. Love having the puck on that guy's stick. He's got it again along the near side to the circle now, right in front, a pass across, score! Michael Brent-Segnigaard, and the Griffins have got a power play goal. Would think next season.
They'll get a long look at training camp, Bob.
Now the Griffins in, they score! William Belinder! Oh my gosh, he's human.
No, it went off a stick,
it went
Bob.
off a stick,
yeah, it changed direction on him. He had it measured with the glove.
Now Gustafson with the puck and a great move, give and go. He's going to walk out in front now. Turning with it, dropped it back to the point and tried the save of the rebound, score! Jakub Rakowski punched home the rebound, and the Griffins have taken a 1-0 lead. A big collision there between Dries and Bauer, meanwhile, the puck in the point, score! Gustafson let it go from long range, and somehow it found its way past. A power play opportunity yet in this one. And certainly going into these playoffs, one of the big question marks. Now Griffin steal the puck, score! Carter Mazer! The pass tipped up into the air, he knocked it down with his glove, and then quickly got a hard wrist off and snapped it right by. Picked up by Gustafson, dropped it off along the far side. Manitoba takes it away and a shot, and they score. From the high slot, Dylan Anhorn rips it past the glove of Jakob Here, Larry had 40 with Ontario a couple of years ago in just 50 games.
And it took all of...
And the Griffins tap the puck to center. Mazer's got an empty net. He'll take the shot and score! Carter Mazer with an empty netter. And that will about seal it and put the Griffins in a good position for Friday's Game 4. A chance to knock the Moose out. Low, Griffins feed it right back to Trailmax, to Gustafson, to Trailmax for the one-timer. Score! Edward Trailmax, a torpedo. It's not just a Tuamisto torpedo, a Trailmax torpedo. What are they?
Jagger turned away. Rebound, they score! Dylan Anhorn rips it up top, and the Moose tie the game.
Across the line, here's Sandin Pellican with a great move, and he scores! What a play by the kid! The future superstar, Axel Sandin Pellican, walked right around the defense and slithered a shot between the pads of Milic to put the Griffins back on top. Dropped it off, but taken away, and the Griffins are 2-on-1. Here's Lombardi. He's got a man in front. Score! Whoa. Michael Bransack Nygaard, 1:37 into period number 3, and the Griffins have got a 2-goal lead. Snapped it wide. He gets it right back, though. Top of the circle, down low. They walk in front and score! Carter Mazer, and that will just about do it with 11:18 to go. And the Griffins have increased the lead to 4-1.
Well, Carter had 2 last night, gets another here.
Here in this third period as Thomas Milic breaks to the bench with 5 minutes to go. Here's DJ Steppe in front, and he scores! The Moose back within 2 with 4:44 to go after the puck popped into the circle.
Jumping in there is Stahoviak to send the puck around the far side. Carter Mazer takes the shot of the empty net and scores! And that will do it. 5-2 Griffins with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go.
Well, for the second straight night, Mazer has one and then adds an empty netter, and he did a really nice job on the clear up the wall.
Hughes, back to Semenoff. Backdoor, they score! Here comes Unger Sorum. Off the stick of Schlane. That's kept out by Hughes. Empty net for Artem Schlane. He's going to put it away. And Game 1 will stay in the Lone Star State. Semenoff on the right wing. Semenoff in the circle. Scores!
Bradley Nadeau. Nadeau over. Valimaki kind of jammed on the one-timer. Wrister. He scores! The Finnish defenseman with the finish. 1-1 Chicago. Watch out. Here come the Wolves.
Tries to feed it back to the point. It's settled by Schlane. Left circle, touch pass in front, and it's still loose. They score!
Up by Brendamore. Puck battle in the corner. Wolves get it to the point. Holding on to it, Nystrom kicks it over to his partner. Foot tees it up. Oh. He scores! Powder River from Cal Foot with his dad in the audience. And the Wolves have 2 goals from the back end, and the game is tied at 2.
Hannes, McKenzie scores!
1-1, Veerling in, pass to Gunler, he shoots, he scores! The gunslinger won't be denied. Evan Veerling goes to the offense, and the Wolves have tied the tilt at 3.
Well, one of the things that they do so broke it with the foot shot.
Back in, Valimaki fakes, fires, they score! The Wolves have the lead! touching the net. It'll be either he or Valimaki. Regardless, it's the Finn with the finish.
Yeah. Here's Michael Caro, top of the right circle. Got it right back. Caro to the right circle. Rick Wood scores!
Just standing around and back, and Wolves doing a nice job of collecting the puck and making a couple plays.
They're right back in with Suzuki. Find the late man. Fensori shoots. He scores! A sizzler up top from Fensori, and the series is tied at 1.
Well, if I recall, he told you.
Trying to get it up the boards. He led the Wolves in points and assists. Now Philp is in. Has foot with the shot. He scores! Noah Philp picking cherries over the glove of Pori, giving Chicago a 1-0 lead. 3-on-2. Nadeau cutting in. Here's Suzuki to the net. Shoots. He scores! A snipe by Suzuki. 2-0 Chicago. Bouncing puck into the circle. Now Ritzkovian back to Becker out front. Wade shoots, and he scores! Jack Becker cuts the Stars' deficit in half. 1:38 into the third period. What patience with the puck as he got Primo down and waited till he had room to sail it past him. Chris goes behind the net for McKenzie. McKenzie out front, a shot. They score! Antonio Strangis gives the Stars the lead. 7 minutes and 27 seconds in. Curtis McKenzie set. He gets the puck to Bradley Nadeau. He shoots, he scores! And the show is on the board. Bradley Nadeau gets his first of the postseason. He has points in 3 straight, and more importantly, he ties the game at 1. Cameron Hughes in on Primo to his forehand. He scores! Now they score! It was tapped in after no signal initially. The first shot looked like it went under the bar and out. Reversing course, sends it towards the corner. Heimo Salmi punching it through to Pavlichev. Out in front, Feeling shoots, he scores! The floodgates have opened once again for Evan Veerling. This game is tied at 2. And here's Fensori between the rings, down to Ryabkin. He shoots, he scores! Redemption for Ryabkin. 3-2 Chicago. Get it ahead, and now a steal by Philp. 2-on-1 with Ungersorm. Philp settles, shoots, he scores! It all starts on the back check, and it leads to offense. A 4-2 Chicago lead. The puck, sharp angle shot, save Primo. Still loose, Semenoff tries to find it. Hughes gets a shot off, they score! The Stars are back to within 1. Vladislav Kolyachonok scores with 7:54 remaining on a net mouth scramble. It's the first playoff goal for Kolyachonok, and it's 4-3. At 15 seconds, the Stars hammer it free. Ritzkovian, here's a shot, then they score! Cole Lind ties the game at 4 with 10 seconds to go, and the Stars are alive. And here's Kolyachonok, walks the blue line, reverses it to Strangis. Down low to the goal line, Hughes. Out front for Schlane. Loose puck, they score! Texas is still alive, and this series will go 5. An overtime goal with 11:20 remaining. It's a power play goal for the Stars on the...
Scared some guys on that team.
Here's Nadeau on his birthday. It is Suzuki, he shoots, he scores! 1-0 Wolves, they score 26 seconds into game 5.
Absolutely, great start to this game.
Here's Cal Foote, a closer look. Off the trap, he scores! 2-0 Chicago. They have struck twice in the first 57 seconds.
How about this?
Moving into the offensive zone, hard wrist shot off the blocker of Primo. Foot driven into the boards. Now Lind, a shot, he scores! Cole Lind cuts the Stars' deficit in half with a quick wrister over the glove of Primo at 5:52 of the second period. So back-to-back games for Lind, and it's 2-1. And Neuchev couldn't slip it loose to Philp. Felix has it. Hill center. Neuchev scores! The passing by Ungersorm. The tap-in for Neuchev. 3-1 Chicago.
Well,
as we will. Chanik turns to the forehand, but he turned it over. Robita right back end, backdoor. Suzuki, he scores! The passer has become the sniper. There's Ryan Suzuki for a hat trick. He scores! First hat trick of the season for Chicago. The franchise is playing 32 seasons. This is the first time they went through the regular season without a hat trick. Salmi will come away with it. He'll send it up the gut, and he hits Pater from the corner. And Valimaki will separate. He was battling with Becker. The Wolves make it 6-1 with 22 seconds remaining.
Top 122 left in the man advantage. Jugmouth right circle, redirected on goal, rebound, score! J.R. Avon, power play goal, and the Firebirds strike first in game one. Hughes on the puck here for Ontario. Misplay at the blue line, Fisker-Molgaard, his shot, scores! Oscar Fisker-Molgaard does it again! He disguises the shot and gives the Firebirds a 2-0 lead with 14:53 to go in the third. Hayden battles with Hicketts in the corner. Hayden pulls it free, a wraparound try, a save, Portillo, rebound, score! J.R. Avon gets his second of the game. The Firebirds cash in on the rebound, and it's 3-0 in the third. Fisker-Molgaard grabs it for Coachella Valley. At the right point, Oscar Fisker-Molgaard turns, fires it, leaks through, a rebound, score! Layton Road on the doorstep, and the Firebirds take a 1-0 lead in game two.
Left circle, Logan Brown to the net, draws a penalty, and Coco turns it away, and it's in! Logan Brown ties the game at 1 with 75 seconds to go in the first. Down by Coco. Lee, right circle, Booth in front for Gordon, and he scores! Ontario's got their first lead of the series. Glenn Gordon at the top of the crease, pots it. And it's a stretch pass that's picked off by Lee, and the Reign head in on the forecheck. Lee, high slot, Gutman to the net, and he scores! Goal this season. Can he score in the playoffs? Backdoor for Pinelli, and he scores! Oh, baby! That was pretty! Get picked by J.R. Avon, an errant pass out to the line. Chromiak takes command. Martin Chromiak to the empty net. Bullseye! Chromiak makes it 5-1 with 3:19 to go in the third on an empty net tally.
Awesome. Farkas with Newman. Farkas across. Newman scores! Yanni Newman starts the scoring in game 3. 1-0 Firebirds late in the first.
Guy now for Hughes to the net. Save made. Rebound. They score! To Yipson! Buries home the loose change. For Hicketts, center circle chipped in by Godin. Brown right circle fires and scores. Logan Brown, the go-ahead goal for Ontario. It's 2-1, 12:44 to go in the third. Yamson, right circle for Isogai in front, a backhander wide. Hughes now scores. Jack Hughes gives the Reign a 1-0 lead.
One goal, rebound, score! 6 seconds into the power play, J.R. Avon ties it up at 1. Here's Mitchell Stevens, walks in, scores! Oscar Fisker-Molgaard works on it, gets loose. Fisker-Molgaard, Hamill scores! Caden Hamill has his first postseason goal. And Rowe has some company. Offensive zone, Rowe shoots, scores! extends the Firebirds' lead.
And roll it back to the line. Hickett's across. Connors, one-timer, they score! Tipped in front by Alexandrov, and Ontario pulls within 2 with 4:43 to go in regulation.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that puck gets out.
Down the ice all the way, Jagger Farkas with an empty net, puts it home! An empty net goal for Jagger Farkas. Dumped in off the post, rebound, Muckusker, Mulgard, empty netter! First try hit the post, the rebound comes to Oscar Fisker Mulgard.
Here's a drive, loose in front, Newman scores! The Firebirds off and running in Game 5 as Yanni Newman makes it 1-0.
And that's all rewarded.
High plays it to the crease, and poked in by Hughes. Jack Hughes ties the game at 1 early into the second. Goals and back-to-back for the rookie.
Mulgard, Road, shoots, save, Portillo, they score! Oscar Fisker Mulgard on the rebound, and the Firebirds regain the lead. It's 2-1 halfway through Game 5.
You talk about...
Connors back on in, high slot, Lee kicks it over to his right for right, back for Lee, and they score! Andre Lee! We've got a tie game!
Check, takes him down. Chalet now in front of his own net, Jugnoff off the boards, J.R. Avon a step in the zone, Avon scores! J.R. Avon and the Firebirds are going to round 3! Turn the record over! We'll see you on the flip side! The Firebirds are going to take on the Eagles in the Pacific Division Finals!
On the right wing wall, returns it, spinning, firing, scores! Alex Barre-Boulay, top shelf, and a power play goal gives Colorado a 1-0 lead. And Barre-Boulay, who had 70 points in the regular season, finished.
The other Calder Cup champion on this Colorado roster is a shot by Bowman, scores! A turnover, the puck bounced to the near dot, and Braden Bowman with a whirling whack sends it over the shoulder of Miner. The Silver Knights have a 1-0 lead.
Hughes, snapshot, scores! TJ Hughes whistles it home from the right wing circle. And rides up high, grab, Barre-Boulay, shot, scores! Alex Barre-Boulay right off the face of Motors in between the circles and snaps it past Lindbaum. It's
right point for Cormier. Nice spin move to get away from Ivan. His shot, he scores! Lucas Cormier with a beauty. And the wrister beats Miner. We are tied at 2.
Force back down in. Gagne put the grips on it, speeds it forward. Here comes Nielsen, racing in. Nielsen, drop pass. Barre-Boulay drops it again. A shot, scores! TJ Tynan! And Colorado takes advantage of the rush, and they jump back on top 3-2.
Callum left it for Kometz, down for the point, threw it in front, deflection, score! Puck able to gain the zone, pulls up right point. Pressured by Bradley, tried to center, it bounced right back to him. Center point, Cormier, for shot, deflection, score! That's a winner in overtime for Tanner Lazinski.
Eagles win the face-off. Gagne, a blast, scores! Traffic in front, and Alex Gagne tees one up and puts it past Lindbaum. It's 1-0 Colorado. They kick it back for the tape for Barre-Boulay. Leave it now. Tynan centers it. Fellemer shot, scores! Ty Fellemer snaps it home from between the circles, and back-to-back goals for Colorado. Starts the breakout, intercepted, Barre-Boulay, backdoor shot, scores! Tristan Nielsen feeds it home, it's 3-0. And a fresh hot pizza. He ripped away. Now Barre Boulay guides it ahead. Tynan sidesteps one man, gives it over. Nielsen fires it in the empty nets. 4-0 Colorado. And Nielsen his second of the night.
By Cataford on the backhand, he'll pitch it out to center. Bouncing puck, Barons had skipped past him. Hallam is in and he scores! Bouncing puck down into the Colorado zone, and Sean Barons couldn't handle it. Jackson Hallam went right through him.
Shot that's still loose. Knock it around. Colorado grabs it. Brindley fires. Scores! Gavin Brindley tucks it home and ties it at 1.
Barre Boulay protects the puck. Now it rolls behind the net. Uchez is on it there, out of the near corner, carrying into the high slot. Uchez finds some room. Wrist shot, deflection, score! Kai Uchez from the high slot, a wrister rattled off a body in front and redirected through Minor. The Silver Knights have a 2-1 lead as Ben Hemmerling.
On by Nielsen. Puck comes loose, rim it upstairs, grab Middleton, fires, save, scores! Tristan Nielsen gets a piece of it and puts it past Lindbaugh.
And the Eagles come right back, and that's it.
Poland hands it ahead. Here comes Ivan out for neutral. Gains the zone down the right wing, goes rink wide. Bradley fires, scores! Chase Bradley buries a wrister from the left wing circle. Colorado with its first lead of the night. Back for Barre Boulay, 12 left in the power play. Barre Boulay, one-timer, scores! Alex Barre Boulay blasts it past Lindbaugh. The Eagles 2 for 2 on the man advantage, and they lead 4-2. Middleton throws it all the way up the ice, and it will go into the empty net. Keaton Middleton says, let's fire up those foggers one more time. And it's 5-2. Cut up by Minor. Rebound 3 in behind the nets. Colorado trying to force it loose. Nielsen bats it all the way down the ice and into the empty net.